But yes, now that we are a child, we can now continue exploring the dungeon. And what's this? We have a new person. Naburu. You're a little stuck in the ground. Now, is that because of a visual error, or because it's actually broken? It's because it's actually broken. Okay, that's nice. Okay, a little bit of a problem with this person. She will not move, but that's okay. We can still talk to her and continue on. So she wants us to get the gauntlets. That's about it. So this is actually a really cool enemy, because this is like the first time I've ever actually had to try to use like math, I guess. I mean, Minecraft's a pretty simple game, and most of the coding doesn't really require any math, but this was like the one time that there was a certain equation I needed to use to reflect the player's position from the middle point here. So if we try to break these pots or something, or swing around and hit enemies, he will shoot fireballs. And you can't actually kill him, you can't just punch him until he dies. You have to hit him with fire, which is a little weird because he shoots fire. I don't really know how that works. But we can either shoot him with a fire arrow or lead him into this fire over here. I guess we'll shoot him with a fire arrow then. Dead. There's honestly, like, not too much new stuff, so I'm probably going to skip most of the temple. Just trust in the fact that everything is pretty much the exact same as the original game. Though it'll probably be pretty far into the temple by the time we see something new, which is actually a lie, because just up here we have a new entity, I guess. It's a sun. We summon a bomb chew, which goes up the wall, explodes the thing up there, which turns on the sun, which it didn't change the model, but it did open up the door at least. So apparently there's something wrong with the model for this one, but this is what it looks like, just to show it off now. Pretty terrifying, to be honest. Not my favorite model. If we go ahead and hit the switch over here... What the heck? Why did I just get teleported to the songs? What? I think a lot of things just went wrong, like, all at once. I don't know why it played the silver rupee sound effect. The switch was supposed to just make these two chests appear. I don't really know what just happened. Like, usually I have a good idea of why something happens. I have no clue how that switch connected to these two chests teleported me to the world spawn, and then played a silver rupee sound effect. Anyways, the two chests contain some bomb chews, which allows you to actually blow that up in case you don't have any, and some rupees. And now we can continue into the main room, which has another Colossus. Something pretty cool about the Colossus is you can hookshot. Not just anywhere though, just like in certain spots. But we're a child, we're not supposed to have a hook shot or long shot yet, so ignore that that actually happened. Another new little item type thing we have is a sunblock. Not the sunscreen. Basically, we just push it into the light, and it'll turn on like the normal stuff, except it just did that for some reason, which I'm not really understanding why. This worked before, like, I don't understand how things just break. I've tested these things, and suddenly they're just like, nah, not gonna work this time. Now, I'd be absolutely baffled if this didn't work, because this thing's pretty darn, like, consistent and cool. So here we have an iron knuckle. Very cool. So we hit him, and he is ready to kill us, pretty much. He has 2 attacks, fairly straightforward. He does 1 giant middle swing or 2 smaller horizontal swings. If he hits you, he does deal a lot of damage. 3 hearts. If he runs into one of these pillars or you make him swing near them, they will reveal hearts. And because the player in Minecraft has a lot more reach than Link would in the original game, if you hit him, he gets a little bit closer each time you hit him. Which makes it a little harder to dodge him, and gives the Iron Knuckle more freedom to actually hit the player, rather than just the player standing far enough back and just spamming the attack, because he can get pretty darn close. Once you attack him a certain amount of times, he goes into a second phase, which is just a loss of armor and some faster speed, but other than that, he is basically the same. He does make a sound too once he starts running. And that's the Iron Knuckle. We go ahead and head out here. Have another quick cutscene go by. I really should turn that off before we get to the actual important stuff, but anyway, actually that's a really good idea of me. Let's do that right now. So the moment we take these silver gauntlets out of the chest, we have a cutscene. You fiends! So Nibiru has been captured, and 2 witches fly away into the temple. What do? Not sure. I think we turn back into an adult now that we have the silver gauntlets. Just to check something though, because I'm always wary and I always think of things that I forget about later. Yeah, we're a child and we can push that block. That shouldn't be possible. What happens if we go through the haunted wasteland as a child and you somehow find the right path? So many things. And now that we're an adult and we can wear the silver gauntlets, we can now push this block. There's actually one new thing that we can show off, which is green Navi. So there's a few things that have Navi appear, like the time blocks and the Scarecrow song, and some places where you have to play the ocarina in certain places, pretty much. Basically, it just helps the player see where they have an option to do something in case it's not visibly obvious. And here we have a mirror, which doesn't seem to be working right now for some reason. There we go. So the mirror reflects light, which we can push around to turn on and off these certain suns, one of them making a wall master appear. There's a floor master. I always forget. You'll also hear some noises, which is because there's an invisible floor master, which we'll go ahead and just kill real quick. And the other suns have some chests appear, one of which has a heart, and the other is another freeze chest. Frozen. Back into the main room again, but this time we are an adult, meaning we can actually hookshot onto this. The switch up there opens up this door over here, which gives us a shortcut from the beginning, if we push these blocks over. And then break this switch right here. Back to the beginning. Nice little shortcut. We have more Anubises, I guess is the term, in this room. So here's a better example of the green Navi in action. You wouldn't know, but unless she was here, to prove that something's over here, which is a time block. And this will actually be important killing all the Anubises in here, unless you have fire arrows or Din's fire, which case you can just kill them all from right here. But for now, we have a little fire area here when pushing the switch, and if we stand on time blocks, that one dies. Same thing applies to different areas. If we stand here, it kills that one, and if we stand over here, it kills the final one. In this room, we have a couple of Armos, which, if we activate one and run away, he will jump on the switch himself, allowing us to enter this room. If he does it... Yes! And there we go. Which gets us to the other side of this entire temple, to meet the second Iron Knuckle. This one's a lot easier because you're not going to be an adult, so you have at least a little bit of attacking power. Additionally, if you have Big Goron Sword. Or if you're like me and you're in creative mode and it just doesn't matter. And over here we have a chest that appears with the Mirror Shield. Alright. There's only one item left in the game that we have yet to collect, which is the Light Arrow. Everything else we have now obtained. We head back to the Armos room, and we get to see the Mirror Shield in action. We can shoot a beam of light when there is light nearby us. Here we have an interesting little room. Basically, there's just a wall of ladders, but only certain places you can climb up. And they shift around a bunch. If we're on the spikes, or if we're on the ladder and it moves into the spikes, we will be pushed off. But there's an easy way to just cheese this, which is just to use the hookshot to get to the top. Not too much left. If we play Zelda's Lullaby, we can enter here, which contains the boss chest. And initially you might think that we just have to kill all the enemies in this room, but in reality, we just have to know that this door right here contains an eye switch, which we will proceed to hit. Hitting the switch reveals this platform over here. And we just have to hook up onto it to reach this pressure plate, which turns off the fire, and we can get the boss key. Last little area here, I guess we can show off the whole thing. Not too much going on. We have a Lizalfos, who likes to jump over us a lot. And another mirror area with a new enemy, which is the white bubble. literally the most pointless enemy in the game. They just spin around, and that's about it. And they go a direction. They don't even hurt you. I don't know why. Why? We can push this mirror over to here, which activates from this mirror. Another Resolvos. And we can push the mirror to face this way, which goes through the iron bars, which we're just going to go through real quick. And now the light is now pointing in this direction, which if we use the mirror shield, where did the... Oh, okay, I thought I lost the mirror shield. We can activate this sun and lower this area. Navi tells us something that the Colossus face looks evil, and if we shine it with the shield, we now see the boss door. And here we go. So first off, we have a cutscene with the new witches to reveal yet another Iron Knuckle. What's so special about this, you may say, or something. Well, Iron Knuckles are just hard to attack in general sometimes, if you're not careful. Eh. But anyways, once we kill the Iron Knuckle, we'll notice that it's actually Nibiru. And the witches appear once again. And Brainwasher. They both disappear, and that's it. Not quite. Behind the throne is a door, which we can enter. And here is where the real boss begins. Oh boy. We enter the middle. We'll notice some fire appears, and the witches appear from those fires. And they grow a lot larger. They start spinning around us, getting closer and closer until finally breaking away. And now begins the boss fight. So each one will shoot their respective flames, and basically all you have to do is use the mirror shield to reflect the flame back to the opposite one, which then damages it. If we are standing in the flame and they are shot, it deals a lot of damage, so you want to watch out for that. If you're not facing the flame when they shoot it, you will take damage from it as well, because you're not pointing your shield directly at it. It only takes 4 hits, regardless of which one you hit, before they enter their second phase. And now, we get the second phase. Dun dun dun! Crazy model. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I was really terrified at first, because, like, if I mess something up like this, it's gonna be pretty garbage looking. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. So in this next stage, we actually have a cool new design, which is that the mirror shield takes the elements. What the heck? I don't know why it was making that sound. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, I'll fix that. But anyways, we, like, I don't know, absorb the element. And we want to absorb the same element 3 times before we can actually shoot it off. And if we hit the wrong flame, then we will lose that ability. Completely random which one she decides to throw at us. Sometimes it may take a while, sometimes it'll be right after the other. Sometimes it feels like she's purposely not throwing the correct flame at you just because she knows. Come on. And I thought that, because when I did this last time, I thought that she kept doing the same flames. But I guess not. We got 2 absorbed now, so we just need 1 more blue fire. Here we go. We get the 3rd blue fire. And we shoot it back at her. And we're getting a lot of mirror shields for some reason. But anyways, that's our chance to attack, and we continue the process. Here we go, here's the fire version, not much different. And once you kill her, that's that. There's a little cutscene that happens at the end where they argue. I forgot they make a little noise of the arguing. Who are you calling senile? And there they go. And that's that. Another boss finished. There's only 1 boss left, which is Ganon. Pretty crazy. We still have a little bit more to show off, though. For example, the final cutscene where we talk to Naburu, and for some reason we have a compass, which I'll fix again. And here is the Spirit Medallion. Since normally you're supposed to get the Spirit Medallion last, another cutscene plays, but I have to do that manually real quick. Here we go. Ignore the pose. And just because I had to manually do it, it's already a little bit glitched already, so we're just going to pretend it worked, and we're going to head to the Temple of Time. We head into the Temple of Time, and Sheik greets us. Now, this game's like 13 years old or whatever. Spoilers, don't watch the video from here on. But anyway, Sheik gives us some talking. Kind of boring. Who cares? Something about the things. Zelda! Sheik was actually Zelda the whole time. What a surprise. But much like Sheik, because she was Sheik, uh-oh. We got the light arrow, but she is captured. And yeah. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Now we gotta go save Zelda. And that's as far as I've made it story-wise. I don't have the cutscene for the bridge yet. Right now it's just already here. But that is coming up soon. Currently next on my list, though, there are a lot of side quests and mini-things that I want to just get done. For example, things like the frog song thing, where you can get a heart piece, bean spots, which one of them's over here, and just a lot of other little minor details that I want to get working and finished before I head to Ganon's castle. But once all of that is ready, then literally all that's left is Ganon's castle, and this will all be finished, which is pretty dang crazy. We're in the final stretch. Not much left now. We even have the light arrows, which are pretty darn cool. So close. Very soon. See you guys in the next video. It won't be Ganon's castle quite yet, but it'll be everything that we haven't finished to this point. And then, we'll be ready.